Hey guys, Coupleman PM Eastern Time. So if you're hopping on, just say in the comments where you're watching from. I'm going to pull it up on my computer so I can see your comments. And I'm going to do some fun stuff today. I'm going to wrap some stones. We were out in the park yesterday, a local park, and I picked up a bunch of really cool stones. So I thought it would be fun to try to wrap them a little bit, and we'll just pull up there we go. So now I can see what's going on. Perfect. So I came across this one. Well, this I didn't find on the beach, obviously, but this was one that I painted quite a few years ago. I don't know if it's going to focus, but I do a lot of painting on rocks, which is really fun. And then I found a whole bunch of stones and sea glass on the beach, just at a local river. You know, it's not the I don't live on the ocean by any means. We're in Montreal. Hey Susanna, how are you? So yeah, I thought it'd be fun to do something with those and then to experiment with some varnishes as well. And actually there was someone in the Facebook group, the Wire Art and Jewelry Makers Club today, that was asking about how to polish stones. Hey Judy. And I do not have a stone tumbler, so I can't polish stones, but sometimes I do a little hack, a little cheat, and I'll just varnish the stone and it looks really cute too. So that's really fun to do as well. And so, I wanted to show you guys, I was looking through my craft stuff downstairs and I came across this cute little Barbie necklace. I used to do a lot of arts and crafts with kids, and this is like a little Barbie that I put a little eyelet in her head and made a necklace. So when I used to work at a daycare, I used to wear a lot of fun, you know, crafty jewelry like that. So that was fun. I found that downstairs. So hey Karen, Laura, Jean is here, and Yvonne, awesome, and Sammy. Hi guys, how are you? So I'm going to flip the screen. I'm going to show you guys a few things, and then I'm going to do some troubleshooting from Alaska. Wow. Jody's can't stop wanting to say hi. Hi, Jody. How are you? Stay safe. You too. It's been a while. Take care of yourself for sure. So I'm going to flip the screen. Let's see. Flip it around. Okay, come on. There we go. Whoop, there's my window. So perfect. So here we're going to just bring it around here. Here's my workspace. Here's that stone I was showing you earlier. So basically, hey Peggy, nice to see you. I'm going to bring this over a little bit more. And yeah, so I used to do a lot of painting on stones, a lot of craft workshops with kids. So this is just one I did. It's acrylic paint. So this is really fun to do things like that as well. Hey Tracy from West Virginia, cool. And I'll show you, I'm going to show you a couple things too I bought recently at the dollar store, because there's a lot of supplies you can buy there. I actually bought these at a dollar store. These are the thin wire, and I don't know if you saw yesterday I posted a video about how to make a rainbow pendant with and using thin wire to make a coil. So that was a fun project, and unfortunately yesterday I got distracted and I didn't hop on the premiere. So for those of you who were on the premiere yesterday and were wondering where I was, I just completely forgot because I got an early morning call and got completely distracted. Hey Wendy, how you doing? So there was a girl in the that watches the videos. Her name is Lenore, and she had actually asked me to get some of these little bottles. These are from the dollar store. And I ordered some by the mail, and I'm waiting for them to come because I think they're a little bigger than this. So what she wanted me to do was to put her name in wire in one of these bottles. So that's a project I'm going to be working on. I'm going to wait until I get the other shipment of bottles to try it, because these ones I think are a little short and stubby. The other one I ordered might be a little longer, and then I'm going to try that for her. So that should be super fun. Yeah, so the premiere, Wendy, just means sometimes when I post my Tip Tuesday videos, if it's a premiere, it means that we can watch the first showing of it at the same time, and we can chat in the chat box beside the video. And usually I'm on it, but yesterday I got an early morning call from a guy canceling an appointment, and then by the time 10 o'clock rolled around, I was not in the headspace. I totally forgot. So that happens, right? We're all human. So yeah, doing the name in the bottle is going to be tricky, but if I have time, I might try to experiment with wrapping these bottles. But for today, I picked up all these pieces on our beach yesterday. And when I say beach, I mean just a local park that's on the river. We don't have any ocean beaches here, but I was surprised that there's actually pieces of sea glass that are pretty convincing. Yeah, I'm great, Wendy. Thanks so much. It was just a a brain fart. Like I said, I completely got distracted yesterday, so I'm great other than that. So yes, here's some little pieces of sea glass that I actually found at our local park. So that was pretty crazy. They're nice and worn because they had been in the river. So that's cool. They're like little river stones. And then I found all these little pieces here that were cool. Look at even this tiny little shell. Who knew we had shells in Beaconsfield? And then these pieces here. So I thought it would be fun to try to wrap some of those. I'll show you how I do my basic wrap. And then I also would really love to learn how to do some of those beautiful wraps that you guys do in the Wire Art and Jewelry Makers Club, where you wrap it and it doesn't crisscross over the stone. So I will also try something like that. So we'll see how it goes. Amazing, Emmy. Hello. Awesome. So that's, and Kathy's here. Hey, Kathy, how are you? Brain fart. Yes, yes, that happens to me on a regular basis. Here's another little piece that I found here. So what I'll do is I'll show you kind of what I do for a basic wrap, and then we can play around with other wraps after that. So to do that, I have different wires. I have some copper wire. I like the 20 gauge wire, so I think I'll go ahead and do something with the 20 gauge wire. I'll just move this out of the way a little bit. And then I'll just start by doing like a basic wrap with the 20 gauge wire. And just to show you how, it's very simple. Honestly, I'm not super advanced with wrapping compared to a lot of the people in the Wire Art and Jewelry Makers Club, because I'm more like a wire, I draw with wire more than anything. That's more my style, and doing like very realistic things, little figures, little, symbols, things like that. That's what I've been doing for 30 years. And the wire group has become like quite a hub for people that like wire wrapping, which is totally fine and fun. And I really learn from it, but it's honestly not my expertise. So Zazazila, hi Heather, this is Zandra. Hey Zandra from the Facebook group, how are you? That's quite the username. I'm hoping Michael's will be open next week. Yes, me too. We're waiting for Michael's to open. They have curbside pickup at the store in Ottawa, but we're actually not allowed to go to Ottawa right now, which is only 2 hours away. But there's no non-essential travel that's allowed, and my parents live there. So you see what I'm doing here to start. I'm going to explain to you guys. So I did like a little bend and a little bend here, and what that does is it creates a little like nook for the top of the stone, which is really cool. Karen says, my grandma, her brain is like a Teflon pan, nothing sticks. Yeah, I'm on my way there, but all that aluminum wire I work with, I start to wonder about it, but I think I'm okay. I wash my hands frequently. So here we go. We're going to hold, you just hold it so the top of the stone is in that nook, the little nook there. And basically what I like to do is I start with one full turn. This is the easiest way I've found to wrap a stone. And as always, if you guys make anything while we're on the live stream, if you're working on the same project, like a stone wrapping project, and you want to share pics, I can check my Instagram at Heather Boyd Wire, and you could always send me like a little pic and I can show people on the screen. I like that idea. I did that a lot with Mustafa last week. So Laura says, I got my name with the camera, yay! And I'm going in case to resin, to resin it to make a pendant. Ooh, I can't wait to see. That sounds awesome, beautiful. So here's the complete wrap, and then we're going to take this wire and wrap it around a few times. Now, the other thing you can do is add beads on there if you want to add some beads. So maybe I'll do that too, because you can imagine what it will look like, without the beads. But let's try to put some beads on there. So I have a bunch of little beads here. I really like these kind of iridescent beads. They're quite nice. So I'm going to stick those on there. This is an old Tupperware container that my neighbor gave me like a long time ago. So it's very useful to have something like that. I have like other colors too. Of course, the hard part is always like just, deciding on what colors you want to do. I'm going to stay in the sort of iridescent, some kind of maybe some goldy purple. I'm not sure if I like that purple there. See, this is the hard part. I kind of also like the idea of mixing some metallic beads in there. That's more of a silver bead, but I can try it and see. So we're going to put this on here. Miracle beads. Yeah, miracle beads are the best. I do have miracle beads. They're a little bit bigger than these, but They're 4mm, but I think they're a little bit big for this project. So I might use some miracle beads for another project. But they're definitely, you know, those are my favorite for sure. So these ones are all mixed together, so it's hard to like distinguish them. But you can put a bunch. Oof, I don't like that one at all. Yeah, that happens. You pull one out and it just does not work. So, and they're all different sizes too, right? So we'll just pull a bunch out. And, you know, once you have your pattern established, I like odd numbers of beads. Like this is 4. Let's do one more. We'll do one more bead on there to make 5 beads. And then we'll go from there. So let me see, this one's maybe a little bit big, but we can try it. Sometimes it's good to vary the sizes and stuff, although that one seems like a little bit big. So maybe I could put another iridescent one. I love those iridescent ones. They're so pretty. So we'll put another one, purpley one there. So there we go. That's good enough. So we're going to go on here. Loving it. Thank you so much. What is a miracle bead? So Jean, a miracle bead is actually my favorite bead. And if you want to see what they look like, I can definitely show you. I have a tray. I use them all the time for my wire work on Etsy. I make a lot of like things with these beads. So this is the miracle beads here. I have those. I actually have a whole bunch on a strand, that because sometimes I have to, when I make my listings, I have to show people what colors I have. So these are the larger 8mm size, and you'll see they have a nice little sheen to them. I just love them. So if you look on any bead supply store for miracle beads, they come in 4, 6, and 8mm, and they're like a kind of, they're kind of a plastic, but they're really, really like an acrylic, I guess you'd call it. Plastic sounds so cheap. So it's an acrylic bead, and they've got like a really nice shine to it. So that's really cool. So now let's keep wrapping. So we've done this in the middle, and then maybe do a third wrap around. Okay, so, and then what we want to do now is work our way back. So we're going to work our way back around here to the back. We're just going to wrap our way back. And then we get back to the top. So we're going to do a little loop around. Okay, so just a little, maybe 2 loops. And because I have a little bit of extra wire, I can make a spiral on there. And if you want to put it directly on your necklace wire, you're going to bend this perpendicular to your piece, and then get your larger round pliers and take this, do a little twist around, and just keep twisting it until you've, you know, wound it around enough. And then you can clip your edge off here. We'll just clip it off. And you can pinch it in with your flat pliers. Perfect. Now, and then if you do want to make a spiral, what I would do before that is, you can leave it loose like that, but it's nice if you tighten up the wires a little bit to make it, it's twofold the reason. It's actually really pretty like that with the straight lines. But if you want to change the look and make it more tight, you can twist the wires a bit so they're tighter. And the thing that it does, it gives it a really nice kind of more decorative look. So all you do is you take your larger round pliers, you hold the wire, and then you give it like a little mini flick of the wrist, like really just like that. And it gives it a lovely little twist, which is really nice. So it's just like a simple little hack that you can do. Just take it and just give it a little twist, and you'll know if you're twisting it the right way, because if it gets loosened, then you know you're doing it the wrong way. So we're just going to do a little twist. You can do them at the back too. And then up here, if you want another little kind of decorative look on here, you can just give this a little twist like that, and it just makes it look really pretty. Okay, and same thing here. You can do another little twist, and then if you want to do another one, and you want to make sure this doesn't go off center. So you're all the time you're twisting, you're watching that, because if you twist too much, this is going to go off to the side, right? So you really want to be careful not to twist it too much. And then if you have a loose piece at the back, same thing, you can just twist it. The back isn't super important to see what it's going to look like, but you see you can make these adjustments so it sits properly. So once you have that done, You like the twist idea? Yeah, the twist is really great. Hi, everyone from Ontario. Okay, awesome. I'm from Ontario. I'm from Ottawa. So, and I have family in Toronto. So, yeah, I can't go to Ontario these days, but soon. So we're going to just clip, when you want to do the spiral, you're going to clip that at a good little like flat flush cut like that. And then if we want to make the spiral, we'll just take the end, because this wire is quite soft, you'll be able to do this. Take the end, and then with your round pliers, just, I always hold it and flick my wrist around like that. So you're going to go around, start the spiral with the pliers. Okay, we're going to start the spiral with the pliers. And then when you've done enough of the spiral, you could probably just with your hand, your thumb and your finger, if it's sticking up a bit, just get your flat pliers to push it down. And then if you have to tighten the spiral a bit, just get your round pliers and go like that. And I didn't have a huge amount of wire, but it's not too bad. So it just makes a nice little decorative piece at the top. And there we have our wrapped stone. Very simple. Paula's late today. Hey, Paula, you're in Brampton. That's near Toronto. Yeah. So there we go. So that's our first one that we've done. So it's cute, eh? Very simple, not difficult to do. And then the other thing I wanted to try was, this was really cute too. This piece, it's sort of a, it's sort of like, it looks like cement with little bits in it, but I thought it would be fun to try to varnish it. And I'm thinking maybe we should varnish it first and then get back to it, and we're going to wrap it. So what I thought for varnish would be cute would be, is that greenstone sea glass? It is, well, it's actually lake glass because I found it beside our Lac St. Louis, which is our local lake, river lake, from the St. Lawrence River. So it's amazingly, you don't have to live on the ocean to find sea glass. This was from a river, so that's pretty cool. Paul, I sent you a message, something on Instagram. So is that a picture? Let me just, I'll just pull that open at the same time. Multitasking, I'm pretty good at that. So let me just see. I actually wasn't able to access my Instagram account. I think you said that's the one you sent me with the heart, right? So, because I think you sent it yesterday and I didn't see it until today. So let me just find it. I have to get on my right account. I have 3 Instagram accounts, which is ridiculous, but it's, I have 3 different sort of subject matters that I do. Yes, Paula, I did see it. And can I show everybody? Is that okay? Oh, you've got my hair in the screen. Yeah. So Paula made this beautiful piece for that says Mama in okay, so it was, whoops, here, Mama in Swedish. So there it just disappeared a little bit. So there we go. So that's her beautiful piece, the heart with the wings. Yes, that was gorgeous. I love that so much. I sent an can you answer it when you're done here? Absolutely, yes, yes. Okay, so what I have to do now is get a paintbrush, because of course I forgot that, but I have like a little cheap paintbrush here. So let's see how this looks if we add some varnish on it. So I have a few varnishes. I have this gloss varnish, which is an acrylic varnish. There's Amber. Hey, Amber. Thanks to Peggy and Amanda for calling my attention. Oh, you were vacuuming. Oh, that happens. And here's some Sculpey. You guys look out for each other. I'm so happy. So here we go. So this is glossy glaze. So Sculpey glaze, which is probably almost the same components as that. They're both acrylic varnishes. And this is, I don't know, this is Donna Dewberry. This, remember one-stroke painting? And then there's also nail polish that you can use as well. So any of these might work for glaze. And so what I'm going to do is, maybe I'll do a little comparison with the nail polish and the Sculpey varnish. So I actually sent my husband to the pharmacy to buy this nail polish, and I just looked it up online to make sure they had it, and he had no problem finding it. So that was good. So what I have to do is I just get a little piece of paper and I'll put the varnish on here. So there we go. Oh, it says low battery. That's strange. Okay, so I'm going to just make sure this is plugged in. Hopefully it's okay. Okay, that's strange. I'm just going to make sure my iPod's plugged in. Should be okay now. I think we're good. And that one's working. So perfect. I would not want this live stream to die in the middle of doing it. So here's the Sculpey varnish. And I'll just maybe show you the difference with the regular. Whoa, that's the gloss varnish. So the gloss varnish is quite liquidy. So let's go with the Sculpey varnish and see what we're going to do. So if we take this, okay, and there we go. So who we've got? Oh, I'm missing a bunch of comments here, guys. So we've got Amanda and we've got Amber here, and you guys are just chatting away. So that's awesome. So let's try the varnish on here. And what you're going to see, because someone in the Facebook group, I'm sorry, I forget who it was, just today, some guy was asking about how to polish stones. So this is just a little cheat where you can just varnish them, because I don't have a stone tumbler. And the thing with those stone tumblers, they take like 5 days to tumble stones, and it's very noisy and it takes a lot of electricity. So this is a good little hack that you can varnish them. So you know what? I'm going to do the front with this Sculpey glaze like that. And then I'll do the back with nail polish and we'll compare it after. Okay, so we're going to go see. Never thought about that. Yeah, so this is just a little hack that I do sometime. This is nail polish. The only trouble with nail polish is it can be really stinky. I think, whoa, this one's bad. So I think you can get nail polishes now that are low odor. It's possible. But sometimes even after they're dry, they can be stinky for a while. But then they'll just air out after a while, so that's all right. So we're going to try the nail polish. I'm now something you on 3 different accounts on. Oh, you're stalking me on 3 accounts on Instagram. Yes, I do have 3 accounts on Instagram. I have one for food and events and my podcast. So that's the one. And then I have one for my crazy comics and one for the wire art. And there's Neil. Hey, how you doing? So here's the varnish on one side, the Sculpey varnish, and then the nail polish on the other. So you know what I'm going to do is I'm just going to let this dry before I attempt to do any kind of wrapping with it. So I'm going to just put that at the side, let it dry, and then we'll figure it out from there. So this, I have to remember what's what. This is the nail polish. This is a Sculpey varnish. So I'm going to put it nail polish up so we can remember that. And I'm going to just put it on over here. So just guys, remember nail polish up. That's how I did it. And then this one is cool too. Like this one's really interesting as well. And then one like this too. It's so small, but just to show you like the effect, I don't know if you can see it well on here, but as soon as you add, look at how beautiful that is. As soon as you add the nail polish, it looks so beautiful. Like it really brings out the colors and stuff. So that one's good. And there we go. Let's get another one. So this one's really cool too. I like this one. Like this one would make a really nice wrap stone. So I think I'm gonna do that one just in whoops, I have to get rid of my paintbrush. I'm gonna do this one just in nail polish just to see how it works. Yeah, it's really interesting. So maybe I'll just do one side because otherwise it's going to be really hard to hold. Like we need to give it a chance to dry. So I'll just do that like that. And then the other thing, I'll just put that at the side. The other thing that I'd shown earlier for those people that are just hopping on is you can paint stones. So here's one that I painted like a mandala type of thing. So that's another thing you could do is take stones and paint them with acrylic paint. And then I varnished it. So I've done quite a few like that as well. So what I want to do now is try to do another wrap, and let's see what I have here. So yeah, one like this you can actually how do I say, paint on it, because that looks almost like a flat kind of surface. But what I wanted to try to do that I have never done before is to do a kind of wrap. You know those wraps that they do where they just wrap it so you can see like a whole flat surface? And I have to figure out how to do that because I know a lot of people do those and there are tutorials, but I've never really looked at them, so I'm not quite sure how to do this. But I'm going to just play around with it since you guys are so patient with me trying new things. So my daughter likes to paint stones. Yes, Wendy. Yeah, painting stones is so much fun. And remember the girl I did about 2-3 weeks ago? We did the girl, like the dangling girl with the hair and the stones. That was really fun. So there we go with the comic. What's the comic one? Oh, that's funny, Amanda. So I write very silly 4-panel comics with photos, and it's very, very funny. They're all conversations with my daughter, and about 2 years ago they actually went viral on Reddit for all the wrong reasons, but it's okay. It's all good. I've made made friends with the people that were making fun of me, and now it's all good. People kind of like my quirky sense of humor. So that's the comics. It's Heather Boyd Comics on Instagram. Love watching you think. Oh, thank you so much. I really appreciate it. Okay, so what I'm going to do now is I am going to take some smaller wire. I was going to wrap it with the thicker wire, but I think I'm going to take some smaller wire and just kind of wrap it around. So let's just take this. Okay, and we're just going to put this around here, and I'm going to try by starting at the bottom with a wrap. So let me know in the comments if you guys do wrapping this way, because I'm not 100% sure how to do it. I don't want to weave it, but I want to do it in a way that it's going to like be more like a frame type of thing. So let's just go around here. Oh, Laura's leaving. Everyone have a great day. Take care, Laura. Thanks for hopping on and letting me know about the pendant. That's awesome. So we're going to go around here and maybe do, I don't know, 5 wraps or something. And I guess I'm going to cut it off. Like, I'm not quite sure exactly how to do this, but I'm going to start with this. Hopefully it's the right size. We want to cut these edges off so they're not going to poke at all. I'm getting a little bit high on nail polish, but that's okay. It should air out at some point. I should have opened my window, but it's all good. There we go. So we're going to just push this in here and push this one in here. Perfect. And then that just gives like a little bit of a solid base at the bottom for the wrap. And I guess the idea is we kind of put that here and then bring it around and then go around there. What I'm wondering is, like, maybe we just bend it up here, and because you want to be able to go right around the stone. And I like the idea of doing this one, because what I might do is end up doing like a little painting on it or something. Although this one almost looks like a little fossil. It's kind of cool. I kind of like it. So like this would go around here. And I never thought of sniffing nail polish. Oh my gosh. Yeah, you'd think with technology they would have made non-smelly nail polish by now, but apparently not. So this is kind of interesting. I maybe should have put more wires on there, but I kind of like the idea. But I think what I have to do is add another wrap. So I'm going to try to add a wrap at each of those corners and see what that's going to do. But then we're going to have to pull these up a little bit. So I'm not quite sure. Or maybe I could just put them in random locations. Okay, I'm going to just take this and go around here. Perfect. Hey, Patty, how are you? Let's just go around here. And Susan, it's nice like that. Yeah, it's kind of cool. Very simple. So the idea now is trying to figure out, how we're going to get it to all hold together. Because that's the trouble when you want to wrap a stone that has a beautiful surface, or say you do want to paint on it. Like I will definitely tonight, guys, I'm going to paint on this to see what I can do with it. I think it'd be super cool. But I think the idea is we're going to do a bunch of these little springy things. So we'll maybe do like 4 of them or something. And then we're going to kind of spread the wires after that. So let's just try this. We're going to do a bunch of these and like that. And do you have Facebook trees? I'm not sure what you mean by Facebook trees. You'll have to elaborate. I have a bunch of gemstones to wrap. That's awesome. Well, yeah, I mean, to me, wrapping stones, this is the easiest way to do it. But there's so many tutorials online about how to wrap stones. Like there's some anywhere from like super complicated to very simple, you know. There's lots of different ways to wrap stones. You can do weaving, you can just do wrapping. Yeah. And some people drill. Like there was someone in the group, I don't know if it was Karen or somebody else in the group was drilling holes in stones, which was really, really cool. Or glass, I guess maybe it was. I don't know. Is Karen on the chat? Because she, I think she has a Dremel, and you can do that. You can drill holes in glass, but the only thing is you have to immerse them in water or they'll crack. I've never tried it, so sorry, it was for, oh, okay, I get it. Yeah, sometimes I'm kind of half in the chat, so I kind of see what you guys are seeing, but sometimes I only get half conversations. So yeah, so here's some little, I like the way that looks with like little things like that, but let's just see where we have to position those, because I'm not 100% sure. Like the advantage of these is you can like move them, right? We can move them around back and forth. This one got a little tight, but that's okay. We'll just move it up a bit. And so let's see what we can do here. So if we bring this here, because the thing is we do want to be able to, for it to hold in place. So what I'm thinking we're going to have to do is pull one up there, and then there and there. So let's see what we can do with that. We might have to, like, if we loosen this up a bit, and then bring this, I really should have watched a tutorial about how to do this because I have no idea what I'm doing, but this is experiment, right? So if we get this and then like kind of, here, we're gonna go like this and we're gonna kind of pull it out a bit, okay? And then this one too, we're gonna get this here because we need one at the back too, right? So we're gonna bring that out here so it just gets spread out a little bit, and then we're gonna go here, okay? And we're going to go over here and whoop, hold this here. Whoop, stick that in there, out. And then this one here, we're going to bring this here and then spread it out. So the idea is you want like a little bit of width that these can go around the rock. I'm not sure how much I have to get. I guess it depends on the width of your stone. So we're just going to pull these out a little bit and see how that works. So that, of course, is going to affect these wires up here, but it's kind of interesting so far. And then we're going to take this one here, because I really want to be able to see the stone. That's the thing. So if we put this here and this one here, I think what we could probably do is just go ahead and maybe wrap the middle wires. So if I bring this up here, okay, we'll hold this in place, bring this up here. And if we, as long as we wrap the middle wire, let's pull these other ones out. Okay, we'll put these other ones out to the side a little bit. Okay, and we want our middle wires. So we're gonna get our middle wires. So hold this like nice and firmly in place. Bring this one up here. Okay, bring this one in the middle. Yeah, this is going to be the tricky part because you really want to center it well. You have a little bit of give. Maybe if we held it on either side, it's going to be easier. We'll hold it on either side so it's centered. Okay, and then we're going to take this one. We have to move it over a little bit more. There we go. I think your rock has to be a decent width and pretty even. So if we bring this up here, bring this one up here. So we're going to bend that one at a bit of a right angle and then twist this around. Okay, and we can adjust that after. Let's move these out of the way. We're going to bring that around here and twist it. So we have this basic kind of wrap here. So we have the middle wire that's done a basic wrap around there, okay, and we might want to just cut that even to be sure and hold it up here at the top. Okay, I'm sure there's a much easier way to do this, but this is kind of fun to experiment. So we're going to bend that one, okay, and pinch it, and we can definitely do some other, you know, bending. This one is pulled over too much, so we're going to take that and also with the flick of the wrist just bend it out a little bit here. And then if it's too loose, you just get your pliers and you pull it around. Okay, so we'll just pull it around here, and then it's going to make that nice and snug in here. So we have our basic, see this basic middle, the middle wire is right around. And then, of course, at the back, you could definitely do a wire at the back so it wouldn't show. The main thing is to have the front so that it's we can see the frame. But what I'm seeing now is I still need to make these, pull these out a little bit more because there's not enough to wrap around the stones. So let's do this. You hijacked this feed. I'm kind of happy. Okay. Let me just, so I don't know, Paula's comment wasn't showing, so I'm just gonna do that. Oh wow, you guys are having a conversation. That's all good. It's all good. Keep your conversation going. And I'm just gonna keep going with this. And we're gonna bend this one. Same thing, we need a little more give, so we're just gonna bend these out a little bit more. Okay, and then this one too, we're gonna bring it around here. We need to get a little more wire out of there. So let's just pull it out, and here too we're going to pull it out. Perfect. So that just gives it a little bit, see, it gives it a little bit more give. Like if we pull the edges out a little bit, this one's pretty good too. We might even want a little bit more there, but it's hard to do without scratching the wire. So we're just going to bring this here, bring it out a little bit. I mean, if I did a second one, I'd be, you know, I'd know more what I'm doing, but for now it's a little tricky. So basically I've just kind of done this, and it seems to be holding it in place. So now what you can do is you can just like just push this with your finger a bit to be over the edge a bit, but not too much because I want to be able to see quite a bit of this surface. So in fact, what I might have wanted to do is paint it first, because if I'm painting it after, I might have a little bit of trouble, but I just want to finish the wrap to show you guys. So if I do this and then bring this around here, we could bring that right around. And then as long as the tension is good, you're happy, then you can cut it. Okay, so we'll go ahead and cut that one. Okay, and then same with this one. We want to bring it to the front a little bit, around just a little bit, because you don't want to cover that whole surface, because this is going to be, I'm definitely want to do something like paint it or do something on there. I'll definitely do that after. And so we're going to bring this up here and bring this to the back, and then we're going to also bend it around. Okay, we're going to go do that, clip it. Okay, next time put wrap and center and between loop and over tips. Wow, I did not understand that at all, but if I had a picture, I would understand it. Sometimes written instructions are very difficult for me. I'm a very visual person. So here's like what we have so far. It's not too bad. We're pretty good. And there's Maya. How are you, Maya? Nice to see you. And now the back, we have to do something on the back, right? So we can just go ahead and just adjust these how we want on the back. So we're going to go around here and bend that around. And this is a very like uneven size stone, so for sure it's a little bit tricky, but it's not too bad. So the back, and if you're worried about the back coming undone, you can add a little extra like wire to attach them if you're really worried about it. But this seems, I think it's going to be fine. Like as long as it doesn't have too much wear and tear, it should be good. In fact, if you wanted to do a reversible necklace, maybe we'll just keep it looking nice, because we could do one side plain and then one side painted. So maybe I'll try not to do too much wire on there. And then I'm going to bring it around again and around here. Perfect. And then we're just going to bend it around. Okay. And you know, you could do like the first one, you could do a spiral if you wanted to, but you could also leave it plain. So there we go. I learn by photos and tutorials. Yeah, I know. Yeah, it's I'm very, very visual, so I definitely need the photos. So this is what we have so far. And then same thing, if you want to do the loop, just bend it this way. And we'll take this and do a loop. Okay, and if you want it, if you have enough wire, you can do a double loop, you know, whatever you like. Could definitely do a double loop there. And just wrap it around, you know, as much times as you have wire for is fine. And there we go. Clients should be there to drop off their dogs. Okay, yes, you're pretty busy with your business for sure. Okay, so let's just put this out. Oh, I'm missing all kinds of these comments, you guys. I'm gonna have to go back and read what's going on. There we go. So we've got that. Perfect. So it pretty well worked, not too bad. So the advantage is it's very simple. We just had 3 wires. We attached them in 3 places with a 24 gauge wire, and then we can do some painting in there or something in there. So like say I wanted to wrap the mandala one, I could definitely do it in this type of methods. It's where you want to have that showing. And then this one was more like if you want to do that type of thing there. So yeah, and then let's have a look also and see what's happening with our varnish pieces. This one was with nail polish. It ended up being a little too dark. Like sometimes it can darken the stone too much. So I'm not sure I'm super happy with that. This one, it looks quite good. I like it's shiny. It brings out the white and the dark, so it's really cool. And there's Ralph. Hey, Ralph, how are you? We're just winding down to towards the end now, but it's all good. Watching you do wire work is getting me motivated to start working with wire again. Awesome. That's fantastic. I love wire because it's very portable too, so you could bring it different places. So this side was the nail polish side up. And then the back side was the Sculpey varnish that I use. So as you can see, the Sculpey varnish, it's not as shiny. Okay, I kind of like it. And the nail polish ended up being a little bit darker. So I kind of like the way the Sculpey varnish worked. I think it's really interesting. I think it's cool. I like the way that one worked. And if I was to wrap that one, I might do it more like this. Maybe I'll just try it. I'll try a wrap that way without the beads, just to show you the difference. So if I have my 20 gauge wire, and we'll just cut a little piece, you know, probably 12 to 15 inches is good. I'll move these ones over, and then this is going to be the front of my stone. That's here. I stuck my finger with wire yesterday. Ouch. Yeah, that happens. Yeah, often we don't feel it, especially some of that thin wire, like the 24 gauge wire, especially the one from the dollar store. I find it's really sharp. And I used to do kids workshops, and I was always really afraid that they were going to poke themselves. But I think they all recovered, so that's good. So now, say this is the way I do the wrap the stone. Is I do like push it out like that. Do a little jog, very, very simple. Actually, I have a video of me in Italy when I wrapped a stone that I found in Italy. Mod Podge might work. Yeah, you can definitely try it. Yep, so we're going to bring the piece, yeah, see the nail polish side isn't bad. It's just darker. And then this is the other side. So I think you're really going to have to experiment with varnishes. Like try the nail polish, try Mod Podge. If you have other like acrylic varnishes, try different things. I just think it's a nice hack when you don't have a rock tumbler and you want to do something with some stones, but just like bring out the color a little bit more. So what I do is I do the basic wrap around. Okay, that's how I always start to the wrap the wires. So you have a vertical wrap. This one I should have maybe done. If it's too tight, just loosen it up a bit. Okay, I'm going to bring it back. And it's hard because the bottom is on a slant. So you want to just bring it and wrap it, but you don't want to distort it when you wrap it. That's the key. So we're going to hold this here. It's a little to one side, but it should be fine. So we're going to bring this, and I usually wrap it like 2 or 3 times. So I'm going to bring it here. Try to keep it centered at the top. 1, 2, 3. And yeah, it really depends on the shape of the stone. And then I bring it around here. I'm going to bring it up to the back. Okay, we're going to bring it up to the back here. And then just all the way up. And then I'm going to just wrap it around. And that's pretty well how I wrap. But then you're going to see we're going to tighten it up a little bit. So to tighten it up, again, we're going to take our big pliers, or big round pliers, And we are going to polish will yellow. Okay, that's interesting. So that's good to know that maybe nail polish will yellow. So you might want to be careful about the nail polish and go for more like a varnish, because for sure this varnish is non-yellowing, and the Sculpey, I imagine they design it to be non-yellowing. So that's very good to know. I wouldn't have thought about that. So now we're going to take these wires and just do little bends, okay? And because this is off to that side, I'm going to give it a jog this way to tighten it up more that way. And then, so you just go with your intuition as to which way you want to bend the wires. And the idea is just you want to tighten it, make it a little more decorative looking, and also at the same time, what am I going to try to say? Yeah, tighten it, make it more decorative, and make sure the rock doesn't slip out. That's the thing. So, and then it's kind of fun. Like, it looks kind of neat. So this time I did not add extra beads, but you definitely could add extra beads. Don't twist it too much or you're going to have trouble with the rock popping out. So it's a fine line between how much you want to tighten it and then how much you want to just, leave a little bit of slack. So now we're going to do this and we'll bend it again at a not a right angle, 45-degree angle. And because I could do a double loop if I have enough wire. So let's try the double loop. I like the way the double loop looks. So we're going to go around here and then just bring it around. And then we can bend it around a little bit more, and we're going to cut this one. Cutters, there we go. So tell me what's the weather like where you guys are? We have a beautiful sunny day. It's been cold all week, and we're finally getting our spring weather coming up this week, which is nice. So sunny days are always beautiful. So there we go. That looks really cool. So this one we did a spiral, but this one you wouldn't necessarily, want to do a spiral. So I think I'm just going to keep this one very simple. And these are great for, like, sometimes boys like to have like wrapped stone necklaces. When I did a lot of workshop, a lot of the boys did them. They got like big stones and just wrapped them up very simply. I remember about 25 years ago, I traveled and got a rock at the Rock of Gibraltar, which was super cool. And I wrapped a bunch of those as souvenirs. Rain, snow, and sunshine. Oh my goodness, that's crazy. Lovely in Florida. Awesome sunshine here. But cold in Sweden, yeah, that's it, eh? The weather is all over the map. I know it's really warm. It was really warm out west where my sister is, and then it was cold here. So that looks pretty good. Just very simple. So this is the nail polish, but we're gonna not promote the nail polish if it's gonna be yellowing, and we'll promote more the Sculpey. And then like I said, you can try some of this gloss varnish, and which I think there was one I did. Wasn't there one I did with the gloss varnish? No, I forget. Let me just see. Okay, I'm gonna try it again because now I forget which one I did with the gloss varnish. We did. Here, I'm gonna get it. It's remember I decided it was really liquidy and I didn't want to try it. So let's try the gloss varnish just to see. So here's another piece that's a little bit similar. This one's quite nice. It almost looks a little bit fossily too. So let's try the gloss varnish just to compare it on this stone. Yeah, you'll see the gloss varnish is very, very liquidy. And for sure it turns the stone really dark right away, but that's only because it's wet. So it will definitely dry lighter. So I'll just try the gloss varnish and then I'll let you guys know after how it works and we'll see if it's any better. So yeah, that's the gloss. It looks like it might be okay, but it's going to take a little bit of time to dry. And then this was the other thing that I found, which is like a walnut type thing, and it's really been smooth. So it was in the lake and it got really nicely smoothed out and polished. So I thought that would be something really interesting do something with, because it's a different kind of a texture and it's a different kind of shape, and you almost don't have to varnish it because it's very smooth. It's been in the water, so it's really, really smooth. Heather, I sent you a few pics. So you sent me some pics. Was that on Instagram? Yeah, if you're sending me pics, let me know. I'm going to just check on Instagram and see. I'm going to put these ones up so you guys can see what we've done so far. And I'm just going to check my Instagram to see if you're sending pictures on Instagram, just send them to Heather Boyd Wire. I think that's the easiest thing. And I don't see anything unless you sent it on another account, which is possible too. I'll just do a quick check. Yeah, I don't see anything. So yeah, if you are sending pics on Instagram, just send them to, yeah, just send them to Heather Boyd Wire. I will double check. Trying to be as quick as possible. Ooh, okay, cool. Okay, so these are, yeah. Oh, here's yeah, nice stones. Okay, let me just check. Oh, and the bunnies. Oh my goodness. Wow, you're sending a lot of stuff. So here's Paula sent her bunnies. Oh my God, they're adorable. I love them so much. That is so cool. So let me just see. Here's a wrap stone. That's beautiful. Oh, I like that with the little loops around. That's a great idea. And this one too. Oh, very nice with the little double loops. Very nice. I love that. Okay, and you've done like, have you like kind of attached the wires at the bottom? And then how does it look at the back, or is there actually a groove in that one? Do you have a picture of the back of that one? I'd be curious to know what it looks like. That's really cool. Yeah, and she posted a couple of other really lovely things too. Very nice. Wow, thanks for sharing. Yeah, those wraps are really, really nice. I like those. And that's the key, to try to get them like really solid in there. So Judy says varathane. Sorry, oh, varathane, yes. Water-based can be put on polymer clay too. So water-based varathane would be good too, and non-watering. I'm sure a lot of art and craft stores have different varnishes that you can use. And it's nice because they bring out the sort of color of the stone as well, which is really, really nice. This one it's going to take a while to dry, but you can see already it looks really cool, even though it's dark because it's still wet, but you can see it brings out the textures and stuff in the stone, which is really, really cool. Yeah, that's awesome, Paula. Thanks for sharing. I really appreciate when you guys share your work like that. So I think we're going to wind down. I don't think I'm going to do any more for today. So let me know which ones you liked of what we did today. And then I'm going to flip the screen around and I'm going to experiment with painting on this one too. And see, what I might actually do is pull the edges back, paint it, and then put it back in the stone. And I have to think of what I want to paint on there, but I'll post it in the Facebook group tomorrow. Come up with the best ideas. Thanks. Cheaper at Lowe's. Okay, cool. So I'm going to flip my screen around. There we go. Yay, there we are. Awesome. So what's varathane? Varathane is like, well, traditionally like varathane they use like even on painting in houses and stuff too. It's just a clear varnish basically. And varathane used to be oil-based, but now they make a lot of great water-based products. We even painted our counter in our kitchen with a water-based paint. We actually renovated our whole kitchen, We DIY'd our kitchen about 3 weeks ago because of course nobody's doing construction these days, and we got some quotes to renovate our kitchen. It was way too expensive, so we did it all ourselves. We got counter paint, cupboard paint. I even wrote a blog post about it on my blog. It's Heather Boyd, no, it's not Heather Boyd blog is the Instagram, but the blog is startbystarting.tv. So if you want to know how to DIY renovate or DIY update your kitchen, I have some great ideas for that. So that's really cool. So you love them all. That's great. Thanks. So guys, thank you so much. That was fun. That was super fun. Next week, I'm going to work on these little bottles. As long as I get them in the mail, I'm still waiting. They were supposed to be mailed from Ontario, which is not far from here. And then I'll do Lenore's name in a little bottle, and I'll do some other ideas for wrapping these little bottles too. I think it'll be super cool. So if you have any of these little bottles and some wire and you want to prep them for next Wednesday, we can all make stuff together, and you guys can send me some pictures on Instagram as you're working on them. I think I like that idea of being really interactive. And yeah, so then the other thing, crazy cool, yeah, I think it's going to be fun with these bottles. I actually haven't tried wrapping them before, so that'll be super fun. Other thing is we are starting the 10-day wire earring making challenge. So unfortunately, you know, stores aren't all open yet, but hopefully you guys will be able to get access to some wire. I'm going to try to keep the material super simple. And what we're going to do is I'm going to do live streams every day for 10 days at 1 o'clock. I polled you guys in the Facebook group, and it sounds like 1 o'clock is these ones I got from the dollar store, Wendy, but the other ones I ordered from a shop on Etsy. I forget the name of the shop, but if you Google miniature pendants, glass bottle pendants on Etsy under supplies, you can find all kinds of suppliers for those little bottles. But try the dollar store if it's open. Our dollar stores are open, so I found it there. And yeah, probably in the Facebook for the challenge, I will be mostly using 20-24 gauge wire. So sent you a drawing of an easy wire wrap pendant. Okay, so I'll definitely check that as well. And yeah, so it's going to be from June 1st to June 10th. I created a Facebook page if you want to join the page and get ready for the challenge. And I have to decide whether I want to do the lives on YouTube or on Facebook, because the problem with YouTube is when I do a live stream, sometimes there's a delay. So like for the last 2 weeks, every time I post this video on, every time I like finish the video, it seems to take overnight to completely process. So let me know, guys, know in the comments if you like when this closes, how long it takes you to actually be able to see this video on YouTube, because I'm gonna have to gauge if I can do the live streams here or on Facebook. I don't really want to do them on Facebook because you have to do them vertically. So I'm gonna work out all those glitches before June 1st, but we'll figure it out. So so that's it. So guys, I'm gonna let you go. I wish you a wonderful day, night, evening, and stay safe, stay healthy. If you ever have any questions, just DM me on Facebook or email me at info@heatherboydwire.com. And thanks always for your inspiration. And we'll see you guys next time and in the Facebook group. Bye.